All right, now we talk about the day when I met the Prophet of Islam and I mistook him for a modern day leader. I was having a dream, as you do, and I started getting frustrated for some reason, and I didn't know what was happening. And the next thing, I was sitting. Now remember, I don't talk about things unless they affect me. So if it's a personal experience, I talk about it with all the respects given. Yeah. So I was sitting there, and my friend was standing to my right hand side, and I was just frustrated. I was just like frustrated for some reason. Then this Middle Eastern looking man appeared in front of me, and he was sitting on his mat. You know how they sit in the Middle East. He was sitting there on his mat, and I looked at him. He looked back at me. Yeah. You know, that leader from Afghanistan, what was his name? Mullah Omar. He looked just like him, but he didn't have the lazy eye, and he reminded me of him. And I was like, oh, that must be that Mullah Omar that I'm having a vision of. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and then he went away. Yeah. And then I started to feel this light. Yeah. As he was leaving, I started to notice that there was a light behind me. Yeah. Maybe that's what he was looking at. You know the light of lightning? Just imagine that in a sphere, but it's infinitely large. That white lightning. Yeah, but in a bowl. Yeah, very infinite size. So I started to look around, and I saw that blinding light, and he had disappeared. Then later I woke up, went to Google to look up Mullah Omar, and I noticed that he had a lazy eye. But I said, this guy didn't have a lazy eye. Then I remember that Muslims used to talk about a scripture in their Quran that says something along the lines of, don't you recognize your Lord? When they asked him the difference between, who's that guy? Is it the Dajjal and the Lord? But apparently he don't have a fake eye. That's how you could tell the difference between the prophet and the fake one. He don't have a bum eye. Yeah. So this guy I saw didn't have a lazy eye. So I thought to myself, okay, the fact that I confused him for Mullah Omar and it turned out not to be, so maybe that's a sign that he's the Islamic prophet. So as he was leaving, yeah, back to the dream, I was like, well, you can't. If because it was Islamic in his in his attire. I say, if you want to come back, you can't, because if you was to come back into this world and say that you know the Prophet of Islam, they will kill you for blasphemy. Yeah, the best way to do it, yeah, like with us Christians, there's plenty of people who come and say that they're Christ. We tolerate them. No one kills them. Yeah, but in that region, they'll kill you if you say that you're their prophet. So again, I directed him to Christ. I said, look, you're gonna have to, you guys chat to each other, because if you wanna come back, you can't come back in their kingdom. They'll kill you for blasphemy. It has to be a Christian kingdom. Yeah, so because we're the only ones who can tolerate the prophets coming back without wanting to kill them, because we're ordered not to do that. Yeah. So but he had gone by then anyway. Yeah. But that's the experience. As I told you, if he touches me, I'll talk about it. If he doesn't, then I won't. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I've had and that's the second time like I thought that I was seeing Mullah Omar, then I noticed he didn't have that eye. And yeah, so I know that story, that the difference will be that he doesn't have that eye problem. Yeah, because is it the Jao or whatever? He's got one eye missing, but this one had two eyes, and it was sitting like how to do in the Middle East. And I was just looking. He didn't say nothing to me, and then he just went. And when my friend was standing there, he looked at me, and we had this sense that we were defending something, and then the light came. So I was actually seated in a chair. My friend was standing beside me, and the light, yeah, the aten, oh, aton was behind me. That's another story. So that's another trippy rant. Yeah, but I just had to get it off my chest. I had to say something because it touched me. Yeah, obviously I follow the teachings of Christ, but he did say whichever prophet works in that situation, you use that one. So but I have seen the Islamic prophet in that way, but I'm not Muslim, so I'm not really bound by those. Well, I'm not Muslim, but why was he visiting me? So I'm not bound by those laws, because obviously I'm an unaffiliated Christian. That's what I am. Yeah. Anyway, Trippy Rants out.